Just commentary on VeVe, like, just so there's no confusion. A, I'm cheering fucking VeVe like crazy. B, I don't love talking about things in general when I'm not 100% sure or haven't done the homework. I haven't gone hardcore on VeVe enough yet to really know what I think.
Ew, that was scary.
Today I'm going to be talking about a new super exciting app called VeVe. I think it's the top shot of these collectibles, and it's so much potential. I'm so excited about it. I can't wait to get into it.
Show me what you got.
Jim, you heard them. Said, show me what you got.
Show me what you got. I want to see what you got.
Time travel. There is a theory that you can go backwards in time.
How could I have been so careless? 1.21 gigawatts? Tom, how am I going to generate that kind of power? It can't be done, can it?
Look, all we need is a little plutonium.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us. As mentioned, we're a little bit delayed on this month's update due to some conference travel, so we appreciate your patience. We still aim to record these on a fairly regular basis to make sure everybody stays in the loop on all things VeVe and Ecomi. And just a reminder, everything that is said here is just for community update purposes and not financial advice. That said, I'm Alex G, and I'm joined today by co-founder and COO Dan Crothers, and our co-founder and CEO, Mr. David Yu. How are you guys today?
We're doing well, thanks.
Yeah, I recovered from a few weeks of travel. First time out of New Zealand in a couple of years.
Yeah, pretty full-on trip. Really good to, catch up with all the fans out there. First time, 2.5 years, I think, we last traveled.
That's incredible. Yeah, I mean, I know New Zealand was on some fairly severe lockdown for a while there. So I really enjoyed getting to meet you guys in person for the first time since I've started last June. And hey, better late than never, right? Right on. So as mentioned, we were doing a fair amount of travel. You were here for a conference and some meetings. You want to just kind of lightly touch on what the business was?
Yeah, so we started off with the licensing fee. We kicked off. It's really good to catch up with all our partners in the licensing world. Went extremely well. It was very fruitful to connect with a lot of our day-to-day, and our meeting people. I can't say too much. I always give it away.
I was trying not to... more broad strokes. Yeah, no, that's really cool. I mean, it was obviously we've seen old school pictures of you in the early VeVe days at the licensing expo. So it was really cool to see photos kind of pop up on Twitter of you, Dan, Al, and some other known faces like Uncle Jeremy, etc. So I'm really glad you guys got to get out there and back to the licensing expo, have some good meetings, and then stay in town all through the next week for even more meetings with people maybe we haven't met in person face-to-face yet. And then finally culminating at the VeVe Decon kickoff party at 3D Retro, which turned out to be just a blast. And thank you everybody who came out. We're really glad to see you, everybody, in person. I think it was a nice surprise that you guys were there, even though you spent a good majority of the time standing in the sun and signing autographs and taking pictures. But I think everybody really appreciated seeing you there.
Yeah, no, it was amazing to actually just meet a lot of the fans in person. Just so many passionate collectors out there, and so good to hear a lot of their stories about how they came into VeVe and what it's might have done in their life or whatever. So yeah, no, it was really great, and hope to have more of those live events coming up in future now that the borders are open.
Yes, absolutely. And I think, as far as Decon goes, obviously this was a kickoff party for the longer 2022 relationship in which we'll be having regular drops of Decon artists, but also we will be at Decon UK and Decon Anaheim this year. So very excited to meet the VeVe fam in both Europe, UK, and back here in the old US of A, where we met a good amount of VeVe fam last November. Looking forward to doing that all again, because it was a good time, and I think it was really eye-opening to see all of the artists that had been on the platform to that time being represented in different ways across the showroom floor. And I think even now this year, with restrictions lifting it a little bit more, we'll get to see a lot more of those artists in person as well. So really looking forward to that. And then just a couple of quick items of note. We had made a couple of announcements at the Decon event at 3D Retro, one of which being the Brett Crawford piece. If you bought the self-made physical piece there, you will put your email down for a promo code that is going to get you a purchase reservation for that item when it drops on VeVe later this year. So stay tuned for those promo codes. They'll be coming much closer to when it drops later this year. And then also we announced at the event that any of the successfully scanned entries at the party was going to be gifted some of those VeVe logo letters that we had referred to as part of the waitlist drop. An email will be going out to those attendees shortly to make sure we verify that information. But we'll have more information on when that drop will happen, hopefully sometime in the coming weeks. All right. So I just want to go through a couple of items before we get to the kind of the larger kind of roadmap type discussion. We've had some really cool recent drops, with Jurassic Park. I see you rocking the hat there. David, I might as well rock it with you. Yeah, what's up? Did you get your T-Rex, by the way? Have you been playing with it in AR? I've seen some really good community photos of these out there in the wild.
Yeah, it is a lot of fun. It's a really, really awesome model.
Yeah, definitely. But I just wanted to, generally wanted to get your thoughts on, we've had through a few drops at this point, moving away from the immediate sellout. And I think there's a portion of the community that maybe is freaked out by that. In fact, I've seen a lot of things, is VeVe dead, VeVe's dying, or, whatever the case is. Obviously, we have some things to deliver on, but the fact that we're not doing the under 1 second sellout is somehow alarming to people. Maybe do you want to just talk about that and kind of reassure people that, what the philosophy is of VeVe and collectibles as a whole, as we see it?
Yeah, I think David and I have expressed a number of times on the previous AMA that VeVe was never built to sell out. We never designed, or we never expected it to sell out, and we have obviously been very lucky and very blessed as a starting business to have that success early on. And I guess from our perspective, whether it's 1 second or 24 hours, we're still moving a lot of NFTs. In 24 hours to move 20, 30,000 product is still very, very good by any business measure. And I think it's, I guess it's very easy to be spoilt up till now with these sort of 1 second sellouts. But I think we need to look at it with a bit of perspective. If we didn't sell out of things for like 3 years, then hey, maybe there's something going wrong. But like I said, we're still moving a lot of product in a very short amount of time. And I think there's a few points that relate to the sellouts. Number one will be that that everyone in the community should be mostly aware of now is that we've really got a lot of the bot action under control. And you can imagine that when there's hundreds, if not thousands, of bot accounts there waiting at the time of the drop, obviously they're going to impact the rate of sale. In addition to that, anyone kind of following the NFT space will sort of understand that it has slowed down. We do consider ourselves very lucky and very fortunate at VeVe that as an NFT company out there, we still do multiple drops a week, all of which for the most part, I think maybe for one in the past 6 months have all sold out, and we continue to drop great collectible products. And then, of course, you know, at the time of this recording, you know, poor old crypto and Bitcoin is obviously suffering a little bit as well. And, you know, because we are connected to that space via NFTs or digital assets in a way, you know, all of these factors kind of play a part. So, I mean, I guess, you know, from my perspective, my passing words are, you know, we never designed VeVe to sell out, but, you know, we're still selling product out very quickly. We initially had planned that we would do drops, and then they would have an end date, and, you know, whatever collectibles left over would be burned. And, you know, if that's something that we need to look at in the future, that's something we will do and evolve with the times. But yeah, I mean, VeVe is very healthy, so there's no need for concern or speculation.
Great. All right. Well, speaking of, you know, with the hats, Jurassic World Dominion, we had also the AMC promo code thing that rolled out for attendees of the double feature last Thursday. Very cool promo in which people got to kind of see the beginning and the end of the entire Jurassic era in one sitting. And with that will come I think at the time of this recording, if this video doesn't come out before the 16th, on the 16th, AMC will be delivering those promo codes to those attendees or ticket purchasers, rather, for redemption of an NFT, an exclusive NFT. So we're really looking forward to getting those out to everybody. And as mentioned, that communication will be coming from AMC directly. Also, on the promo code tip, another one just dropped at the time of this recording, maybe about an hour ago, with Lightyear, the upcoming Disney Pixar movie depicting Buzz Lightyear in his origin story, so to speak. Really excited to be partnering again with Disney and AMC Theaters on this one, but stay tuned for more information because it's not going to be the same as the Jurassic Park promo. So stay tuned to both our Twitter and AMC's Twitter. Looking forward to that. Okay, in terms of other events, recent news, we obviously were talking about Decon a little earlier, but I'm really happy to, I guess we're announcing at this point that we will be at a few more events this year, namely San Diego and New York Comic-Cons. Tell us a little bit about this, how this came together, David.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, this year is all about, you know, the part of our whole roadmap of year 2 in our business and our marketing is always about having the physical presence. You know, I think maybe in our business deck or white paper or business plan, it was always intended to make, you know, face-to-face to engage with new users, and ideally is to get new sign up. I mean, these AMC Theater is just one way for us to drive new users, and we have seen a huge new users downloads, etc. And, you know, just touching point on the Jurassic Park, I just want to assure the users that the collectible that you're going to be getting in the ticket redemption, they are going to be different than the 3D dinosaurs that you have seen coming. We do want to make sure that the premium collectible that our users are purchasing are still in the premium space. And not saying the redemption is not going to be any worse off. They really like a bonus feature comes together with your ticket. Is we want to trial something to see if we can get new fans engaged into the industry we're in. But going back,
they are exclusive, you know, to people who attended those screenings.
Yeah, and just going back to the San Diego Comic-Con, it's one of my most favorite events, you know, for comic collectors, superhero fans to get it together for one weekend. So I'm not sure if we announced who we're partnering up with.
We have not, but let's hold off for a grand announcement. But just to say that we will be at both San Diego and New York Comic-Cons with quite a meaningful partnership that we're really excited to talk about when the time is right. But for now, if you're going, please make some time to come see us. We'll all be down there, most of us anyway, and we'd love to meet you or see you again
Yeah, and I think this year we're going to run some really exclusive pieces just for the con. Definitely worthwhile grabbing some of these exclusive this year.
Yeah, absolutely. The con exclusives are really cool, and I think we'll be having some giveaways as well, and some other fun, nifty things for people to interact with us on. So looking forward to seeing everybody there. All right, so not to say anything that we've covered thus far is chopped liver, but let's get to the main event, shall we? And that is roadmap and Q2 priorities. We keep talking about Q2 priorities. Are they still priorities? Is this actually happening? Has it slipped? Does Alex know what the hell he's talking about on Twitter? And the answer is no, I don't. So don't listen. Consummate professional over here. But that said, before we jump into it, I do want to quickly touch on some things that have been kind of going around over the weekend in an off-color joke that I made with an old coworker. And I do want to apologize for anybody who took that as rude, and it probably was. I just sometimes maybe misjudge my reach and who's actually looking at my Twitter and associating it with VeVe. I just like to have a good time, and sometimes that those jokes are probably ill-timed and ill-stated. So apologies to anybody who was offended. I've since deleted the tweet, and let's just move forward, and I promise to kind of dial it back a little bit, because at the end of the day, I get it. Representing the company when I'm out there, and I look forward to interacting with everybody on a personal level. So anyway, Q2 priorities update are such that we are still in Q2, right? But we're coming to the end of Q2 within a couple of weeks. And Dan, let's move you to the main square here so we can get the update on where we are with web, KYC, and payout.
Yep, I've got the prime time spot. Jeez. As everyone knows, we've been working very hard this quarter on getting KYC, payout, and the web platform done. I know there's a lot of speculation out there that we're just sitting behind the scenes doing nothing, but we have actually been working very, very hard to get these complex features rolled out. So number one, obviously everyone knows that the web platform is out. We have, I believe, 15,000 users in there now. We have another update that we need to get out a bit later this week, which is just around some legal compliance. And once we do that, we will effectively open the web platform up to everyone. We're feeling very confident now that the features that are in place on the web platform are working well with our test group. And the next main feature is obviously KYC. So just a quick little background behind this for some of our users who may not be aware. But KYC stands for Know Your Customer. It is what you need to do when you sign up to a bank or anything that really holds an asset of some sort. And with new laws around the world relating to digital assets, such as NFTs or digital collectibles, KYC is becoming more and more relevant in many regions. So we've decided, because really we try to be the premium NFT platform offering premium brands, we really want to make sure that our audience is very much protected, from sort of nefarious players that might be out in the space there. So we are introducing KYC, and basically you'll need to go through a 5-minute process where you'll need to show your passport and supply your address, that kind of thing. So we at VeVe know you are a real person, and you're going to be acting in a proper and legal way on the platform. And with regards to the KYC rollout, that is going out to production environment this week. Also this week, as soon as that gets rolled out, we will be testing that with our internal team. And the reason we want to do this is because once we switch KYC on for particular users, you will need to then KYC before you can do things like participate in the drops, participate in the market, or anything related to you owning a digital asset. Then early next week, or actually I should say sometime next week, we will be inviting the first round of beta users into KYC, which will be maybe 1,000 to 2,000 users. Now, as I say, when you are invited to that, you will be required to KYC before you can continue to move ahead with drops, etc. So we'll be sending out email communications and informing everyone right across our socials of exactly what the steps are and what the general processes are needed for that. And as soon as that we're comfortable with the beta testers, we will basically open it up to everyone else, which all going well, assuming that there's nothing major, which we're not anticipating will be at the end of this quarter. Now, following KYC is obviously payout. In order to have any kind of payout feature, KYC has to be in place, which is why we're rolling that out first. And the payout gets rolled out to production early next week. And again, we will basically be inviting anyone who is in the KYC beta group who has passed KYC and meets the criteria of the payout, as in the minimum number of gems, etc., will be invited directly into the payout beta. So just as an incentive, if you do get invited into the KYC beta, please go through the whole process, because you will more than likely be invited into the payout beta as well. And now that we are getting further down the track with the development of our payout solution, I am quite excited to let the community know that with our payout feature, there will actually be a number of different options. Number one, you can pay out in fiat, obviously, which we've always had in place, but there will also be various crypto options that you can pay out in as well. That includes things like USDT, Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc. I believe we've got a list of about 5 to start off with, and then we can look to add more over time. So I think that's a really good, feature and option for our user base, just to give them the flexibility on how they want to manage their funds coming out of VeVe.
Awesome.
Yeah, so overall, feeling very positive. Like I mentioned at the top of this, we've been working very hard on these, complex features. And I know we've had a lot of help from the community, even though we are, working our best. But hey, that's the VeVe life. But look forward to getting that out to the beta testers next week.
Okay. Just so quick question, because I know we'll probably get questions about it. On the beta testing rounds for both KYC and payout, do we anticipate those being very quick, like days, weeks, or are we fully on track to kind of have this thing rolled out to the majority of the community by end of Q2? Or what is your sense on timing on this?
I'm going to say, 70, 80% yes. But obviously, as we roll out to, live production environments, the reason we go through these beta tests and beta programs is so we can identify any issues. And obviously, we're dealing with a lot of money, a lot of people's money. I'm not going to take it lightly. Let's just roll it out to everyone because they want it, even though, maybe parts may be untested. You can feel free to dislike me because of that, but, we have to keep make sure the solution is working very, very well. But our job is to, get it out to you guys as fast as we can. And despite what some people may believe, that is what we've been doing.
Yeah, great. All right. Yeah, I will continue to, as Dan mentioned, continue to keep the community in the know. There will be a comprehensive kind of rollout of information on both KYC and payout. And the communication will continue as we continue to roll these things out both into production for beta testers and more users as we approach the end of the quarter. So stay tuned. We are on track. This is happening. This isn't, we missed June 30th and all is lost. It's happening. So rejoice if you must, but we'll be happy to finally put this in the people's hands, because I think it's something obviously that a lot of people want, and it's also something that we're going to be happy to put behind us. I think for a bit. Okay, so very exciting news. Really excited to get all of that info out, and I think the community will be excited to start playing around in this new world. But also great news on that on the crypto payout options. That is something I don't think we expected, the community expected going into this, but always good for additional flexibility. All right, so I think those are the main points we wanted to cover today. Dan or David, any other context or any other updates we want to provide on the general roadmap outside of these Q2 priorities, on knowing that those are the main big ticket items, as I've been calling them for the last few months?
No, nothing from my perspective. As we get new features developed and ready to roll out to the platform, we will announce them at that time. And hopefully people like what we've got coming up. Yeah,
we'll start to unlock a lot of the web features as well, and new programs, new product lineup will be coming out. We just don't really want to overpromise anyone, and then we get held accountable for with any delay. So stay tuned. I mean, after once all these are passed Q2, a lot more new collectibles coming on Q3. So hopefully everyone can be safe, play well in this NFT space, and have fun.
Yeah, absolutely. Really looking forward to seeing what we have coming down the pike, and I'm sure the community is as well. That said, really looking forward to getting these things out the door as well. So I appreciate you guys' time today. I appreciate the community being patient with us while we got settled back in all of our own homelands while during the travel period here for the guys, so that we could get this video recorded. But we'll continue to have these on a regular basis, and in those off weeks, bi-weekly, we'll get back on Twitter Spaces, Reese and myself. Okay, that I think does it for today. I appreciate you guys for coming on, and for everybody here at VeVe, thank you to the community once more, and we'll see you next time.
Thank you.